long story short, we've seen in many markets 100 basis points of cap rate compression from last year to this year. That means properties that were trading at a 6% cap rate are now trading at a 5% cap rate. Now, again, that cap rate is a calculation of the value based on the income, and it's a metric used by investors to gauge market sentiment and how investors are really pricing that future cash flow from those properties. The calculation is NOI divided by your cap rate is your value, or your NOI divided by your value is going to give you your cap rate. Check out our cap rate video on this channel. So we've seen significant cap rate compression, and what that means is significant price increases. In many cases, prices have gone up $20 to $30, even sometimes $50,000 per unit. And the market is very tight and very competitive. There are very few properties on the market with a wall of capital that's been flooding into the market pursuing these few projects and opportunities. What we saw last year in 2020, and again, this is a little bit anecdotal, but we've seen and heard many reports that confirm this. Many investors during the pandemic decided to take a wait and see approach. They wanted to see how the apartment market would behave, where demand was going to go, and really was the floor going to fall out from underneath us, and if we were going to see massive declines in value, rent collection. I remember we were stress testing all of our current assets and to see what it would look like at 70% collections, 50% collections, and our collection rates, they declined by 1% to 3% on average, but we just did not have that falling out that many feared. Ended up being that multifamily was one of the best performing asset classes in commercial real estate, with the only asset classes that really outperformed were industrial properties. And so all this capital was on the sideline, not making decisions. 2021 came around and they all said, we've got to make some decisions. We've got literally hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars sitting here on the sideline that we need to get to work. We have mandates from our investors. We have to get it invested, and we want to invest it into multifamily properties. You've got other investors that were investing in office properties, retail, hotels, saying, I don't want to touch those asset classes with a 10-foot pole right now. What's working? Okay, it's multifamily apartments. That's where I want to allocate my capital. So again, there's just massive amounts of money and capital flowing into these multifamily properties, and just very few properties for sale. And this is driving up the price dramatically.